Okay, what we got going on here? Yeah. Let's get this thing straight. Oh, we gotta move this over a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Okay, let's move this over a little bit. There you go. Yeah. Good to be back, man. Oh man, where we at? Where we at? Let's get our space together. Okay, where we gonna go? We gonna go live here. How we gonna do this? No. Okay, how we gonna do this? Um, should we do it like that? Yeah, this filter looks good. Yeah. I'm loving this filter. Yeah. I'm saying we about to go take a deep dive tonight. Let me see. Which one is this? Is it this one here? Oh, yes, we're in luck. Okay, boom. So now we're gonna go with this. I'm saying, yeah. 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 All right, so let's look at this. Let's open up the board. Let's open up our music. 1 second. Let's open up the music. Uh-huh. Nope. Um, am I in a dark kind of mood tonight? Hello there. Hello, good evening. Now this is a little no. I think I can rock with this tonight. Yeah. I think you know what? The thinking mood. I think this is definitely it. This is for thinking. Okay, where is my remote? Bitch. Hold on. 1 second. Oh my god, where is my remote? 1 second. Hold on. Where the hell? Don't you hate when you miss like? Okay, here we go. All right, cool. So now here we go. We Gucci. Okay, so now let's get everything situated. Hello there. Hello. About to get in the comments, just setting everything up. You know, getting my program together. You know what I'm saying? Where we at? 1 second. Wipes. All right. I'm saying, yeah. And then on top of that, let me get my glass. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hell yeah. Sipping a little water, you know what I'm saying? Water does a body good. Hello there. Okay. So now let's get to the business. Here we go. Had to get a little setup. We're going on real quick. Okay, here we go. All right, let me lunge this out real quick. Okay. Okay. All right. Oh shit! Somebody. Oh, where the fuck is my phone? What the? Can you talk about why the fuck? Hold on. Somebody called in. Actually, I'm about to get to that. You called a number? Yes. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Hello.
Mhm.
Yes.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing fabulous. How may I help you? What's your question?
Okay, so my question is, how can I book a consultation with you because I want to get rid of his child mother, basically.
Oh!
She's trying to say witchcraft.
I mean, well, listen. That's a little bit too hot to be saying online. But listen, this is a witchcraft channel. We do nothing but witchcraft. You know, something like that. You'd have to book a consultation, and we'll talk about how to address this thing spiritually. You know, we don't do anything illegal over here. We do spiritual work. So listen, how would you go about it? You need to book. Okay, you got the website. You can go on the website and book a consultation, right? Now, what I recommend is that when you go with the consultation, this is for people that don't know what's going. I mean, part. That is for people who know what the situation is, and you want to explain what the situation is, and I give you my thoughts on what I think needs to be done. Hold on 1 second.
What if they're working with magic? Will you still be able
Well, that's not an
do
issue.
something?
If they're working with magic, that is not an issue. We listen. That's not of concern to me. But if they work with magic, what are they in the Are they in the U.S. or are they out of the country?
Texas.
Oh, well, they're in America. They're in the country, so that's not an issue. So you would have to call. You have to go on the website, book a consultation. The consultation is just to speak with me, and then we'll lay everything out as to what needs to be done. Now there's another one which is called a leçon. The leçon is basically, let's just say, it's somewhat similar to a reading, but it's really me interacting with the spirit, and the spirit's telling me what I need to know. This is not a tarot reading. I don't use tarot cards. This is the spirit speaking to me directly, and I'm telling you what the spirit says, what is going on. But if you know what's going on, you don't have to pay that additional fee. Just go with the consultation.
Okay. So the thing is, I've been watching your videos for a little while, and I'm very interested in working with you closely. My friend, actually, Shira Seven, made an interview with you before, so I really am interested on this.
Okay,
so
well,
I will reach out to you. Is this? You said your website, right?
Yes, my website. If you're calling from TikTok, it's on my homepage.
Okay.
Okay, talk to you soon. All right. Okay. All right. Well, as a call in. Okay, cool. We got a talk show. But let me get back to this question, right? This question before somebody called in, right? They asked me about selling souls, right? Let me look at this real quick. Let me go back to this question here. This is about selling souls, right? Can you talk about selling a person's soul for love instead of wealth? Okay, yes, I can. Now, when we're talking about selling souls, this is something that is done a lot in Haiti, especially in the past. When I say this, I gotta talk about this in terms of past tense, right? Because Haiti is in a different place right now, where it's in a different place right now, and I can only speak of vintage things from when the country was the way. Well, let's just say where people really, let's say where there wasn't distractions. But most of the time, people would sell to gain, let's just say, luck, right? You know, they wanted better chances in their life. See, in Old Testament, things were very, like not Old Testament, let's just say in the olden times, right? Things were very primitive. So people didn't have access to doing things without the robustness of human interaction. Now, I don't want to say, I'm saying this thing in a way because I don't want to basically trigger the, you know, the system, right? But let's just say sacrifices. Let's just play that, right? In primitive understanding, they thought of offering other individuals physically, right? But with Haitians, we found a way to do it without having to get ourselves indicted, right? We found a way that we can spiritually do this. Like we say in Haitian Creole, let me just give you the quote. It's mon chet qui passe en bas de l'eau, pas jamais fait mac, right? We found a way to do this without having any legal repercussions, right? So now, on a line of magie, we can take this into love, because we're talking about finances right now, right? Finance, hold on. We're talking about love right now, but the financial part is similar to the love part. See, the finance, when you do something on that line, you start benefiting, let's say, through luck, through chance, chance, suerte, right? This is what it's presenting to you. It's not like you wake up outside, après fin dormi, after you finish sleeping, and then you wake up outside, you see a pot of gold, whatever. It doesn't work like that. It's opportunities. So now when you do that transaction for love, you begin to see that in your life, you begin to have this attraction, right? You're attracting love into your life. So now you give this one person up. Yeah, that person can come to you, but you're going to have other options as well, right? But now let me just say this. These are options. This is chance. This is chance. This is suerte, right? It's not saying I'm giving, you're going to have it like that. You're going to have the opportunity to meet these people. But in the same token, you have to do what you have to do to maintain that. You know what I'm saying? You got to be smooth. If you go on a date, you can't be going out there smelling bad. You know what I'm saying? You know, you look at all disheveled and this and that. No. You got to put yourself as the best version of you. You know what I'm saying? You can't be coming out looking all busted and stuff like that and then think that's going to work for you. See, that's the thing, you know, a lot of you guys don't understand. You think that you're going to do this and all of a sudden you're just going to, oh my God, reap the benefits. No. So that's what I got to say for that. Okay, boom. That's what we got there. Okay, now let's go here. Let's go back here. I'm about to look at these questions here. Hold on. Going. Okay, all right. That's earlier. Is there a necromancer? Is a Bokor a type of necromancer? Who is the most powerful? Okay, hold on. Is a Bokor a type of necromancer? And who is the most powerful Bokor in the Haitian Bokor in the world? Let me tell you something, right? In Haitian culture, they say tout moun se walakayo, right? So there's a king in every house. You know what I'm saying? There's nobody who is the baddest. You know what I'm saying? There's no, you know what I'm saying? How can I say this? Nobody is bigger than the program. You know what I'm saying? In this magie stuff, nobody's bigger than the program. There's no head, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, there may be some people that are well respected and loved, but then again, there's other people that are well respected and loved as well. You're saying, but in this thing here, you know what I'm saying? But that's, we talking about malficte shit, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna tell you this, a lot of those people that are considered Bokor or malficte, right? A lot of them people are not really on the internet like that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of those people are not really on the internet. People you call malficte, you don't really find those guys on the internet like that. Let me say this. Those guys they're not really on the internet like that. Listen, as far as who's the most powerful, again, there's no who's the most powerful in this. You know what I'm saying? It really boils down to the individual. You know, it boils down to what you're capable of. Some may be capable of more than others. You know, but that's what I say about this. And not only that, the term Bokor, listen, is just a word for people that's about that malficte stuff, man. That pressure, that pain. That's what that's all about, man. So I would say, don't get caught up in the conversation of, you know, Bokor this or Bokor that, you know, focusing on that, man. It's just a label. It's what you want to pay attention to is the person. But now, are they a necromancer? A necromancer is someone who works with the dead, right? Now, part of the job, especially if you're in a malficte business, is to be part of that. You know what I'm saying? Working with the zombie, right? Muerto, right? Some people even take it to the extreme level of working with real live bodies. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother scientific discussion, you know. But listen, it all boils down to the individual. Some may know more than others. You know what I'm saying? You may know this guy, he may be into that malficte shit, that you know, saying that pain, but he knows about this. You may meet another guy that knows about this. Some may be good at magic, and some may be good at making poison. But that's another story. I'm not going to get too much into that. What is this? Let me fix this thing up real quick. Hold on. All right, that's much better. I can see much clearly now. Why does this board look all scrambled? Okay. My channel is very educational. Thank you. What do you say? Oh, let me not neglect TikTok, man. Hold on. How do you break and return and heal? I can't, you know what I'm saying? You gotta pay for the service. If that's what you want to know, you gotta pay for the service. On your page, I see a lot of what you can do and the consequences. I mean, I give you a lesson. I give you a full complete story for you TikTok people out here, man. I give you the full complete story. I don't just give you the good stuff. I give you the bad stuff too. If you really love someone, should you protect your relationship from others on both sides? I mean, listen, if you really love this relationship, you got to do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? If you're the person that, you know what I'm saying, you got love in your heart and you want to protect your relationship, that's something that you got to, you know, that's something that you should do. If you value your relationship, that's a wise thing to do. See, this is the shit that I'm talking about, man. You know, you want to get help, but here goes. Listen, look at this right here, right? I'm 30 years of age, and for all my life, I have struggled to even have $100 to my name. Now, why do you think why would I help you? I'm saying you're 30 years of age and you struggle to have $100 to your name. Why would I help you? Like my dad used to tell me, you have to have money to make money grow. God helps them who helps themselves. How could I do something for you, but you can't even have $100 to your name? So yeah, this right here, I just seen a request. Delete, stupid ass man. Sorry. Yeah, you just wasted my time. Stuff like that. I don't even entertain, man. Yeah, watching you help me fight this spiritual warfare thinks I'm the Bible Haitian. What? I'm the Bible Haitians are chosen priests of the Most High. What? 1 second. Hold on 1 second. I think I got to do it like that. Yeah, this is much better for me. The visual. Watch. I'm the Bible Haitians are chosen. Yo, chosen priests of the Most High. I mean, it is what it is, man. I thought you were the only one in the States. I mean, you thought I was the only one in the States. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, if you say that you thought I was the only self-proclaimed Bokor in the United States, I'm just saying, I mean, that's a good thing because a lot of people, let me tell you why, right? Bumju. You know what I'm saying? Let me talk to you for a minute. Oh. Sir, what do you think? What happened to IDs? I don't know. What was this? It's an honor to see you live. Let me see who is that. Hold on. Oh, who that? Well, it's an honor to have you here, cutie. You looking all fine. With your fine ass self, you know what I'm saying? I had to click in there to see, is she cute? Thank you. Bom guy on bagay la. Let me see. Okay, let me tell you something. I thought you said you were the only one in the United States. Who never once see? I never said that. That's a lie right there. That's a troll right there. Yeah, I thought I was about to respond to something serious, man. It is a troll. Okay, all right. Wait, we have here what to say here. Can you talk about what you know about spirits, Gun Sentan, and if she's really is a job? Gun Sentan is a spirit that served more towards the north. That's more, I mean, where I'm from, that's not a spirit that was really talked about, right? If I'm correct, what they call it, Anaï Sapie. That's a spirit that they like. For us, Gun Sentan would be Anaï Sapie in Dominican Republic, right? That's a spirit that's mainly up towards the north. You're saying, from where I'm from, there really wasn't ever a talk of Gun Sentan like that. That is something that's all the way up north, and a lot of people that are close to the border of Dominican Republic and Haiti, they serve Gun Sentan. Gun Sentan, if you look at a Gun Sentan, a lot of people put gold around her because she's known for wealth and stuff like that. You find people even in the Dominican Republic having the same view of Gun Sentan, right? Some people say that she's a job. You gotta know where is it, who's saying it, and where is it coming from? Because to people that come from the Christian background that haven't experienced anything else, they're gonna call her a job, right? So it all depends on who's saying it, but is she aggressive? I don't know. That's not a spirit that I work with. Let me see this. What do they say here? Incantation. Okay. I have this book on Latin incantations, and needless to say, some things happened that were insanely powerful. You got to watch out with that. You know what I'm saying? Like those books with Latin, let me guess, the Poulet Noir, that's what you're talking about? No, the Poulet Noir? Because if it has Latin inscription in there, I would say be careful, my friend, because you don't want to go repeating stuff repeating stuff that you have no knowledge of. You don't even know what you're saying. That stuff can actually easily explode on you. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember one time, right? This is back in the day, right? I had my own place. This was before I lost my place. This is like a while back, a long time ago, right? I had a house, right? And let's just say I was repeating some stuff in Latin. Now I didn't know what it was. I just read what a book said. This is what it meant, whatever, you know what I'm saying? This is what it's capable of. I started repeating that, man. I leave my house, all my pipes burst out. All the pipes in my house burst, man. You know what I'm saying, man? That was crazy. I'm just saying, you got to know what you're reading. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? You got to know what you're reading. You know what I'm saying? Like, you going out there like, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? Nah, You got to know what you're reading, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we got trolling the audience, man. So listen. We gonna take this guy. What are we gonna take about this? What are we on? Can you explain why this guy? Listen. Can you explain why? Yeah, I'm gonna explain why. Right? I'm gonna explain why. Someone asked me. Listen. We about to deep dive into this, right? Logai and Brujo, right? Let me tell you something, right? Now this is a fake account, and let me explain the situation here, right? Brujo and Logai. I mean, look at their channel. Is that even the case? Why are they coming on my channel? Like, why why are you coming on my channel to say that they're more viral than me? I mean, I don't even go on their channel. I don't even know what they even post. They both are blocked on my social media accounts, right? But this is the case, right? Let's talk about this for a minute. How are they talking about Brujo and Logai? And I know who that is. That's Brujo. That's behind a fake account, right? But this is the thing. Brujo, let's just play this, man. Can you agree that Logai is, let's just say, a BAN, right? You know what I'm saying? A BAN. Because you violated his baby mama and he ain't do nothing to you. You know what I'm saying? If anything, he sent his homeboy to go do an interview with you, right? I mean, the thing about it, I'm just saying, like, you know what I'm saying? You know, you violated his baby mama and he ain't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? But we can both agree, you know what I'm saying? He's a BAN. You know what I'm saying? Because you're over here, you know what I'm saying? You're laughing and you're smiling. And you know what I'm saying? You know, I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Shit don't make any sense to me, you know? Like, I'm just saying, how do you, I don't even understand you guys, man. You violated his baby mama. Instead of him basically getting his vengeance, he goes back and sends his homeboy to do an interview with you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the whole thing about viral, this and that, man, we're not even going to talk about that, man. You know, this is foolishness right here. You know what I'm saying? But it's just a good thing to say, man. You know, but let me ask y'all a question, right? Let me take this off the screen, right? And the crazy thing is, you know, listen. The crazy thing is, you change your name. What is it? The people's what? The people's so and so. You know what I'm saying? You change your name to the people so and so. How come you didn't leave it as Brujo? How come you didn't leave it as that, right? But you left it as what it was. No, you don't say you. How come you change your name? You change your name to so and so, right? But the thing is, it's like, you know, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? You got more subscribers than me, but then you look at the channel, you look at the pages. Mine's only been up 2 years, and that's just about 4 million. What do you still at? 1 million views or something like that? 2 million? But if you look at the totality of my channel, this channel really has 6 million views in 2 years, right? You look at how much viral hits on what? You look at your TikTok, right? You're still at 30-something thousand followers, right? How am I going on 60,000 followers on TikTok, right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, look at the channel. Really, do I need to speak more? But anyway, we're going to move off of that subject, right? But I'm just saying, that shit crazy. You got to tell me, some people in the audience, how do you explain this? A guy violates your baby mother. Instead of standing on business, you wait your homeboy to go on his channel and talk about somebody that you was once cool with. Because I don't know what the situation was, maybe over money. Yeah, it was over money. But somebody violates your baby mom, instead of going to attack the person, or excuse me, instead of going after the person who violates your baby mama, you send your homeboy to go sit down with the dude who violated, meaning he forced himself onto your baby mother, took her innocence. He took her innocence. He violated like what? You know, he's a violador. You know what I'm saying? You're violate my dumb woman. And you just sit back there like a BAN. You know what I'm saying? You just sit back there like a BAN. And what? You have all this energy for me, but the dude who violates your baby mama is on internet. I'm just saying, these guys are disgusting. Yeah, you violate your baby mama and you over here on the internet trying to, you know, get down to beef with me. Get the hell out of here, man. Go beef with the guy who put his thing inside your baby mama against her will while she was asleep, while she was drunk. Go get vengeance against the guy who put his thing inside your baby mama while she was drunk, while she was asleep. Bozo. Oh my God. Yo no sé la razón que este posible, right?
I don't know. You always say, okay, you always say your enemies are not. What is this? Why is this shit all coming all blurry, man? I mean, yeah, I'm just saying, talking about your stupid ass shit, man. Yeah, get the fuck out of here, man. Now, you know what? I'll leave you in there. I'll leave you in there because it's gonna help the algorithm and shit. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let's move on to the next. We got people just talking crazy, yo. Powell Moon Food, Powell Tafiate. Yo, how can I get in touch with you? How can you get in touch with me? Let me tell you something. The way you can get in contact with me is through the website, www.bokorelmira.com. Or you can go to the homepage, or you can look at under some of the videos that I got on social media. It basically has all the all the contacts for me. Bendiciones. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. What we got going on? What we got going on here, man? Oh, where we at? We got a super chat. What we got here? Oh, that's a donation, super chat, $1 donation. Okay, all right. Ooh, I hate when that happens, man. Ugh. I hate when this thing happens, man. Ugh. I hate when this happens. Hold on. Why is this thing all freaking Ah, bro. Okay, where we at? Okay, someone asked, can you trust when a practitioner gives you a time frame, right? Okay. Can you trust? All right, so okay, here it goes. Let me save this real quick. Actually, let me do this real quick. All right. Should I leave that down in the question down to yes? Because that could probably help. Okay. Can you trust when a practitioner gives you a time frame? I would say nobody can really give you a definite time frame, because this is not an exact science. This is not pressing a button and all of a sudden things happen for you. It doesn't work like that. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't work like that one bit. When you do things, scenarios got to come into play. And that ultimately depends on what the present situation is, what the present scenario is, right? Let us say, for instance, a relationship. You have a relationship going on, and let's make a comparison. Domestic violence is in this relationship, where this relationship is all about disagreements. And let's just say people break up because of these two situations. Which situation do you think is harder, right? Over arguments or domestic violence, right? Which situation do you think is harder? Of course, the domestic violence situation is harder. So now, and I'm not condoning people get back together, because putting some hands on someone, that's like terrible, right? But for those who actually do entertain such, the chances of that working for them overnight is not going to happen, because people need to heal. They need to get over that shit. They may need to be some type of let's just say some type of therapy, some type of intervention. So now, again, every scenario is different. So that can ultimately dictate the time frame of what it is that you're trying to do. And thank you for the $1 super chat. The $2 super chat. Thank you. Well, let me see what they. Now let's fix this thing up here. Let me zoom into this question real quick. Why can't I break 1 hour on YouTube? Because hey, that's how you stay relevant. That's called hard working. It's called ethics, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's called ethics, man. You gotta have ethics. That's what they call being a worker. Why can I take a break? You know what I'm saying? Because that's what they call hard work. I'm on multiple platforms. If y'all haven't really like understood, I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram. I'm on YouTube. You know what I mean? Facebook, I'm trying to work that out. I'm trying to get that together. Yeah, if y'all don't know, that Facebook got terminated a while back because of my Diddy post, my Diddy Cassie post, man. Oh my God, that channel was terrible. Are there any higher or lower grade? Are there any higher or lower grade in Tranquil Spirits? I can't really say because I only use a couple, right? And I would definitely say they on all equal. They're equal in energy. Well, let me not say that. I would just say I can't really say, but I would just say there's different methods to do the same thing. Some methods are easier than others. Where we at, bro? What are the main similarities with Voodoo in Palo Mayombe? Oh, good question. Good question. See, good question. What are the similarities with Voodoo and Palo Mayombe, right? A good question. So, in both traditions, we use what in Spanish would be is it patipim? Was it? No, I'm not going to say Spanish. Let's just keep it like this. In Palo Mayombe, there is a thing called firma, or there is a thing called patipimba, right? Haitian Vodou, right? We have what they call a Verve, right? The Verve is the signature or the firma of the esprit or espiritu, right? Now, the difference is Palo Mayombe, it's very complicated, right? There's complications with the firma because every part of the firma is a direction and an explanation, right? See, now in Vodou, it's not that complicated. But if you are skilled at the science of Verve, you kind of may find that in it. But most people are just printing out what they've been taught. Where per se in Palo, it's a complicated science. Yeah. In Palo, it's more of a complicated science. The firma patipimba, it can be directions for the muerto, right? Where in Vodou, it's not just, well, let's just say in Vodou, it's not really that complicated. It's the symbol of a spirit, but sometimes if you're able to read a Verve, you can get a clear idea of what this is trying to convey. Like prime example, the most famous Veve of Bawon Samedi, right? Or Bawon. Some may say Bawon La Croix, right? I would say that's best fit. Because if you look at it, you have a cross, but this is traditional because if you go to Haiti and you look at where they set up for Bawon, right? You'll see that there's a base and there's a cross on the base. And basically, this is letting you know that it's dealing with Bawon or the dead. So you can even clearly look at the Veve and see that it's conveying a message, right? Are lovers binding spell permanent? That all depends on what way it's done and who did it. You know what I'm saying? Like if you want to know if that's what it is, it all depends on who did it and how it's done. Because some spells can be temporary and some can be permanent. What up? Yeah. Ukonin, man. Ukonin. Where we at? Okay, let's go back here. So the question is, why is it not too good to give spirits too much, right? Too often. See, when the Gamun was around, right? When the elders was around with me, right? Some would do once a year, right? Once a year. They would do little stuff here and there, but their thing was once a year because they didn't want to give the spirits mauvais habitude, right? Bad habits. Because when you do too much, you condition the spirit to want it that much. So if you start out, but then again, it all depends on what you're doing. Because there's different ways of working with spirits. One second. I think I gave TikTok enough. I got to spread the love to Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. If not, if Instagram is dead, I'm going to come back to TikTok. I gave enough love. Man. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's go back. Okay, let's go back. Let's look at this real quick. Let's go here. Let's look at this real quick. Let's see what we got going on here, man. Yeah. Yeah, let's should we keep it like that? Should I keep it like that? Yeah. I think it's pretty. Nah. Let's see what we got going on here. Yeah. Should I keep it like that? Yeah, why not? Yeah. Yeah. Let's keep it like that. Keep sweat shit, right? You know what I'm saying? All right. 1 second. We taking this to Instagram real quick. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we giving Instagram, not by Instagram on Tiku, I swear. You know what I'm saying? So listen. Yeah. So someone said, why is it not good to give spirits too much? I would say it's really, you don't want to condition them or give them habits, man. Because now if you're feeding them too often, that's what they expect from you. And now you have to keep up with that. So let's just say you start on some every day. Now what happens if you mess up? You don't go that day. You may start, I'm just saying, from some people, I've seen they had negative reactions like that. Sometimes you don't want to give them that bad habit. And then again, it all depends on how you interact with the spirit. Because your interaction, your working of the spirit can determine how that relationship is going to be. Some people are more outdoor people when it comes to serving spirits, right? To doing their offerings. And there's some people that are more personal, that are more, this is behind the closed doors, this is my house, this is where I'm doing things whatsoever. And each of these ways of working the spirit determine how that spirit is going to energetically interact with you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, can you explain what you said when people beat death, they become death? I said that because a Mexican brother told me that. He said when people, let's just say they were supposed to die, right? Like prime example, I wrote, I survived malaria when I was a kid. That was 12, and then when I was born, I would think, what was it again? It's a disease, whatever. When I was a kid, I was a baby, I was not supposed to live. My dad was already, digging a grave for me whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? But I lived. So the thing is, that could be looked at as, oh, well, he wasn't supposed to be here. And then on top of that, I had a shotgun accident, right? Shotgun exploded on me. Actually, if I'm actually missing a part of my skull here. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm actually missing a part of my skull. Like, it's a big indentation here because I had a fucking shotgun pump. Bah! A fucker sold me the wrong fucking, the wrong fucking shit. And that shit exploded. Jump back, cracked it. The fucking shit hit me in the skull, cracked my shit, blood, internal bleeding and everything. Yeah, that being a dumbass YN, yo. Yeah. But yeah, that was somebody who told me. I can't really give you an explanation for it because that was a quote that I got from somebody. Okay, how do you feel about candles on him to control him with Santa Martha? I'm only doing it temporarily until I can book a session with you. I mean, you can go ahead and do what you want to do. That's kind of safe. Look at this guy. Look at this troll here, man. Hold on. Let me moderate this guy. Let me moderate this guy real quick. Now you're just doing all this dumbass shit. Let me just moderate you, stupid. We're gonna moderate this guy. We're gonna moderate this. Look at this. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. He cosplayed Bokor for years. Community has finally called. Get your dumb ass out of here, man. Let me help you out here, man. This is what I'm talking about. These guys make fake accounts. You know what I'm saying? Look at this. He said cosplay, yo. He said cosplay, yo. Oh my God, these guys is crazy. Like, bro, I'm just saying, like, he only cosplay. Why is he stupid? Yeah, we gotta help this guy out, man. We had to moderate him real quick. Oh, okay, there we go. We moderate you. Yeah, we had to moderate this guy, man. We definitely moderated him, man. You coming over here leaving these stupid comments on my page? Yeah, we gotta moderate you, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, why? Listen, do you see me coming to you guys' pages and writing nonsense? Like, seriously, you over here writing nonsense on my page. Do you see me going over to your page writing nonsense? Do you see me? No, you don't see me doing that. Why are you guys over here? Okay, I said that. Okay, here it goes. Okay, what we got going on here, man? Okay, what we got going on here? I'm not getting to that mermaid talk. That's Raz, bagay Raz. Von Brown. Okay. Okay. We have a lot of interesting questions tonight. If someone committed suicide in your family, is it safe to work with them or just leave them to deal with their own karma for reincarnation? First and foremost, this is my question about reincarnation, right? This is my question for people that's into reincarnation. If you work with the dead, muerto, right? Some people do believe in reincarnation, but they work with the dead. How come you're able to go to the graveyard and get the dirt from the dead's grave and use it? I have yet to meet any practitioner, whether they're in Voodoo, PALO, or Haitian Vodou, where they go to get graveyard dirt or the bones. Oh, that's a little bit too much. Ooh, I'm not going to say that, but let's just say dirt, right? They use the dirt and it doesn't work. I mean, I've never had anyone say to me, the person reincarnated, so therefore the dirt is, there's nothing in the dirt. How come the dirt is effective in magic then? If there is no spirit there, the spirit has went to another whole dimension. You know what I'm saying? So what are we dealing with? You're saying when we deal with the dead, we are connecting with that entity, the individual. That's who we're connecting with, But as far as that, you find a lot of people, even in African American folk magic, who use the dirt from those who committed suicide. So that's another stuff. I'm not gonna get too much in that. I'm not gonna use that word too much because I don't want my live to be, messed up a little bit. So that's what we got going on here, man. Yeah. So let's see what we got going on. Let's see what we got going on here next. Yeah. Unicorn Zombie Jiu-Jitsu Princess. Hello. Great answer to great questions. Yes, there's a lot of great things going on. They say Bokor is the best. But how come the haters coming on my live saying that I've cosplayed Bokor? Ah, man, it's crazy. When you got haters, they'll just say anything, man. Oh, my God, Où qu'on est? N'a bien boissé. Okay, is it best to do your own work or hire an expert? Good question. A lot of good questions for tonight. What's a soul contract? What is a soul contract? That depends on what the contract is about. A soul contract, that's very vague. You got to be more specific, right? But okay. Is it best to perform your own magic or to hire an expert? Who is the expert? Do you even know the person? Because everybody claims to be this, they claim to be that. But, the actions don't show. It doesn't show it. There's a lot of people on social media. That's why I'm like this, man. Before you run into somebody who's really about that life, you're going to run into a bunch of individuals that are just all talk. You're saying you're going to run into a lot of people that's all talk. And that's why I'm saying, like, when it comes to this stuff called, magie, there's a lot of people that talk about it, but they're not really about it. So I would say if you go that route, you're only, let's just say, if you go that route, you are taking a risk. If you go the route of doing your own work, you got to know what you're doing. Because if you don't know what you're doing, it can possibly backfire on you. So you're ultimately taking a risk either way. You know what I'm saying? Either way, you're taking a risk. It's called a soul fragrant. What? I don't even know that terminology. Soul memory is there, but they are not here. You're tapping into parts of them. Oh. What is this? Is it safe to say to the intranquil spirit? Is it safe to talk to the intranquil spirit? I don't know. You got to talk to the person who did the work for you. You know what I'm saying? If they told you to just do things one way, you do that way and you don't deviate from that. You know what I'm saying? If you got a contract to do something, follow the instruction of the person who gave it to you. Maybe the person told you to do that, but maybe the person didn't tell you to do that. So you got to talk to the person you did the work with. You are a badass, sir. I appreciate you. Thank you for... Oh, where is this? Thank you. Hi, bestie, sir, guardian angel Leonard Elmira. I'm a guardian angel. Okay. You're badass, sir. I appreciate you. Thank you for saying hi back. Okay, you're welcome. Okay. Since Haiti is mixed, man, Johnny Rockefeller has some dope questions, man. Dope questions that keep this live going tonight, man. Oh man, yeah. Instagram, yeah, y'all. Let's see. Instagram, yeah, you guys is all right, man. You guys all right. I'm thinking about to go back to TikTok, man. You know what? I'll keep it like that. I'll keep it going, man. I was about to be like, you know what? I'm about to be out of Instagram and go to TikTok, but you guys all right? All right, cool. What up? Iceberg, what up? Is it a bad thing if having sexual relations in your dreams sometimes with people you don't know? I mean, listen, I wouldn't say it's a bad thing. It all depends on what the situation was. What up? Sakpase. It all depends on what the situation is, if what you experience in a dream, because the dream can tell you everything. But let me get back to this question here. This is from Johnny. Okay. Since Haiti is mixed with culture from France, is there anything from Allan Kardec's spiritual... Man, I can't even see that. My shit. Hold on, let me zoom into this real quick. Hold on. We're gonna zoom into that a little bit more. Aye, that's terrible. Es muy terrible, man. Este es muy terrible. Vamos a isso. Spiritism, okay. Since Haiti is mixed with culture from France, is there anything from Allan Kardec's spiritism similar to Vodou? See, one thing you got to understand is this. A lot of old school. I'm not talking about these new woo guns, these new kids on the block that call themselves woo guns, right? See, when you say Allan Kardec, you're talking about the older generation. The older generation of Haitians were into all types of European occultism. Hence why you find people in the 50s, the 60s, and the 70s, they were Masons. They were Masons. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these guys, what is it? Rosicrucian or something like that? Yeah, a lot of these people were hip to all of that. Allan Kardec, of course, all these people from back in the 50s and 60s, 70s. You know what I'm saying? These guys were into all these European occult books. Just like, well, you know what? I'm not gonna speak too much into that, you know. But I'll just say a lot of these guys were into these European occultism. So yes, you know, you may find some of Allan Kardec's spiritism amongst, you know, some Haitian practitioners. But again, I'm not speaking of these newer generation of practitioners. I'm just gonna say this: a lot of the new generation, let me just say this: the new generations are the most. I'm talking about the new generation of Vaudouisans, right? These Woogans, these kids, these new kids on the block. A lot of these guys are one-dimensional. They're one-track minded. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna find a lot of these people that were born in the 90s, you know what I'm saying, the 2000s, knowing about this stuff. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these guys are just Vodou, you know, dropping your water here, singing and dancing. These guys don't got no education. And this is why you got a lot of these guys who are vide, empty. Their heads is empty. Who want to get up and just talk about all this mess that they have no knowledge of. When you're one track minded, you're one dimensional, you can't really, you know, move around in this world. You just only know shaking your ass on dance. That's the thing about us old school Vaudouisans. Our minds were open to information, you know. But yeah, I came up under those old type of Haitians. You know what I'm saying? Those old type of Haitians who were experiencing the Goetia, who were experiencing Mason, you know, who were experiencing a lot of things. You had Haitians back then talking about astral projection. You ask a Haitian today, you know, or you say astral. You ask a Haitian today about astral. I'm talking about these new Haitian American kids, right? You talk about astral, they don't even know what astral is. Astral projection. They don't even know what that is. Astral projection. You say it to some of these Vaudouisans today, these 20-year-old, these 25-year-old, 26-year-old, or 30-year-old Vaudouisans today, they don't know what that is. These guys are so religious. They're so narrow-minded. But that's a good statement. Good question too. But to get back to your question, it all depends on what generation. Because if you're doing with this new generation, you're dealing with a bunch of tools, a bunch of, you know, kids with rocks in their head. Boom. All right, cool. Let's go back. Okay, now I know how to clear the screen. Okay, cool. Divine Feminine. Okay. Did some brown bottle jars curses with coffee? That's definitely a hoodoo thing. I'm a Freemason. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, I see that. Okay, Freemason. Okay, Mason. See, no. See, Masonry, like one of my uncles who are alive today, he's like a high level, well, two of my uncles are high level, like high degree Masons, but they also came up in Vodou, right? You know what I'm saying? One leans more towards Vodou than the other. But I would say this, but you're speaking, see, the thing is, you must be Johnny Rockefeller. I'm assuming, I'm not too sure what part of the world you're from. I mean, if you're from, I'm not too sure. But I would say a lot of people in America, when it comes to Mason, they're usually, let's just say, a fraternity. They're more like fraternal. They're into fraternal things, like rather than the occult, the mysteries. See, one thing I say about the Caribbean, I don't know about Europe, but whether it's DR or whether it's Haiti, old school, you know, I'm not talking about now. I don't know about now, but, you know, on a DR end. But I would say that Masonry in the Caribbean is very spiritual. A lot of people that are Masons are into spirituality. So let's see, what is this question all about? Hello. Hello.
Wanted to ask a question.
Yes, go ahead. Ask your question.
Yeah. So, it's regarding the Haitian Revolution.
Oh my
Wanted to
God.
ask,
Go ahead. I'm listening to you. Go ahead.
yeah, the Haitian Revolution. As shown on Hidden Colors, I was wondering, is it true that in battle preparations they went down into like the swamps and was like one with nature or whatever? So like the gators and shit don't bite them. And then I forgot which general, what his name was. When the white people, when they caught up to him and they killed him, they burned him at the stake. He promised to come back as a mosquito. And then like 6 months later, like malaria hit and killed most of the white people on the island. Is that shit true?
That's Francois Macandal. You know, that's
Macandal, yep.
Francois Macandal. Yeah, I mean, that's what's written in the history books. You know, that's what's written in the history books. That's what they say. So I wasn't there.
They were practicing voodoo in preparations of that battle against the French. Is that true?
I mean, that's what they say. I wasn't there. I can only go off of what they said and what is written in books. But that's what's written.
Roger that. Thanks for your time, brother.
All right. You're welcome. All right, thank you. You know, that's the thing. That's the thing, man. For me, I'm not going to speak on things like I know everything. If I wasn't there, I can only speak on what I know. If I was there, okay, I was there. So if you say Haitians, you know, did Vodou to win the Haitian Revolution, I mean, that's what you heard. I mean, that's what was basically said. Was I there? No. Do I think it's true? Let's just say maybe, but I don't really focus too much on that. I know what it does for me. You're saying whether, you know, Haitians won the revolution with Vodou or whether they did it, whatever, I don't know. All I know is what Magie does for me, and that's all I can speak about. I don't speak about things that I don't have no knowledge of. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not the type of person that's going to talk about something I don't have experience about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not ashamed to admit I don't know. I'm ignorant to that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I heard somebody try to basically talk down on me the other day because I didn't know an answer to a question. I'm being honest. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, you know, I don't know everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm not God. I'm not the creator of the universe. You know what I'm saying? Or the universes. So with that said, let me move down to the next question. The Knights of Templar. Okay. Is it true that some Haitians flew back to Africa during... I mean, that's what was written. Some people said that. I don't know. But we got history. This is... I'm trying to keep this thing on Magie. Okay, all right. Thoughts on who? Okay, someone asked me my thoughts on EA Coweting working with what? Working with Loa and Legba. We see how that turned out for him. You know what I'm saying? My thoughts on EA Coweting, you know, that's what the person wrote. We see how it turned out for him. That's all I say. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it is what it is. I don't need to say much more about that. Okay. Oh yes. Oh, listen, hit that like button. I haven't said that. I so caught up in the live. Listen, hit that like button. Yo, if you on YouTube, hit that like button. We need the likes up. You know what I'm saying? The algorithm gotta, you know what I'm saying, take this up. So listen, hit that like button, hit that like button, hit that like button. Come on, hit that like button. We need to make this video move. Hit that like button. Get those likes up. Get those likes up. Thank you. Get those likes up. So someone asked me, can I speak on dragon's blood, right? In workings, dragon's blood. What is it? Sangre de dragon? I'm not too sure how they say it in Espanol. Perdóneme if I didn't pronounce it right. You know what I'm saying? What is it? Si mi pronunciación es mal en español? Okay, but anyway, dragon's blood. Some people have used it for cursing. I've never used it for cursing. You know what I'm saying? For me, I've used it more of like for cleansing and offerings, because some spirits like dragon's blood. You know what I'm saying? Some spirits love the smell of dragon's blood. Some people, we call it vibre. You know what I'm saying? They definitely, they can accept it as offerings. You know what I'm saying? Some people offer dragon's blood up. You know what I'm saying? Some people, use this for cleansing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Let's see what we got. We got a super chat here. We got a $20 super chat. Jesus Christ. Okay, we got $20 up in the house. All right, let me go back to this. Okay, we got a super chat right here. Boom. Peace, Leonard. Can you speak on spells you spoke on in a live regarding people in Haiti, skin being bulletproof, gangsters on the island? Now, can I speak on this? Now, let's use common sense here. Now, when I report certain things, you got to understand, well, you know what? Let's just play this. This is something that we can debate about. If someone stands in front of you with a 357, you know what I'm saying? And they point at you point blank and they pull the trigger. Do you think that person, if he has protection on him, he's gonna, not be like, not meet his expiration date instantly? That's my thought on that. Realistically speaking. Now, when I report on what they say in Haiti, is there confirmation? Have I seen this? No. But from my take on protection would be that bullets may miss you. You see? But my thing is this. This is a complicated subject to speak on. But spell work, this is not really, is it spells? This is a whole different level of magie. Wonga. Maybe we can't translate it into spells. But for me, I'm still a person that's skeptical about that. But what I do know about protection is that you may miss. There could be... What? Resume. You're nearing the limit of recording music that you... Oh, shit. Shut on live. Okay, all right. Stop. All right, I gotta stop that. Cause I'm near the recording limit on Instagram for lives that have music in them. I didn't even know Instagram was like that. You're near the what? I didn't even know Instagram had a time frame on how long you can use music for in a live. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. So let's go back to. Should I do TikTok? We going an hour and a half. Why not go back to TikTok? Why not? So we go back to live on TikTok. Yeah, why not? Yeah, let's go back. I still got energy to go, man. I still got energy to go. But they have things where they male, they do this and they do that. Look at Izo, right? Some call him Lucifer. Izo hasn't spoken in a whole month. This guy was supposed to be puissant, a guy powerful. He served a lot of spirits. But what happened? Izo hasn't spoken in 1 month. Where's his protection at? You say sometimes I cover stories, like Voodoo X-Files. When I cover these stories, I'm just covering stories. Do I believe in them? Some no, some yes. But as far as that is concerned, to say that a person, you shoot them with point blank range with a 357 or a shotgun, they're not going to meet their demise. I call that, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say what I want to say. but most likely that person's going to meet their demise, regardless of whatever voodoo stuff they got on them, whatever they want to talk about, whatever, you know what I'm saying? They're going to be devant Dieu if they plan on doing some foolish stuff like that. Bro, you know what? I'm not going to get into that foolishness. I see some foolishness down at the bottom. I'm not getting into that. Do I think frankincense and myrrh incense have any more uses? I mean, you know, yeah. I mean, people use it for cleansing. Can you live in Orisha's domain? Or if you work with the Loi, will you be with them in the afterlife? That's something. I'm still here. I haven't transitioned to the other side. So how can I even answer that question? You're asking me a question as if I have transitioned. Anybody that tells you about what the other side is like, ask them, have they been clinically dead for over an hour? Because I don't know anybody who, you know, let me not say over an hour. Let's just say somebody who has been dead for 4 to 5 days. Show me someone who has died 4 to 5 days and came back. You know what I'm saying? Then I'll answer that. Then I'll believe anyone that says about when that talk about what the other side is like. Because we can only speculate on what the other side is like because we're still alive. I haven't made my transition yet, so I don't know. Days is not good enough. You know, yeah, probably days. Yeah, days. Yeah, there you go. I mean, a day or two is not good enough. Hello. A day or two is not good enough. I need at least 4 to 5 days clinically dead. That's the person that has the ability. That person has all the right in the world to tell us what the other side is like. But until then, we are human beings are only speculating on what lies beyond the veil. So all this talk about what's this and what's that, what happens after we listen, I don't know. I haven't made my transition. Okay, so now here we go. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so let's go back here. Okay, boom. So I think we got everything covered here. Hello there. Chanel, what's going on? We haven't spoken in God knows how long. Where you been at? We haven't spoken in God knows how long. So listen. Can you talk about who? Talk about who? I don't know that person. I don't know what that is. So where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Hello, everyone. New here, just visiting. Yeah. So listen. I think that's it. I mean, where we at? So listen, hit those like buttons. Prince of Darkness, it's a job. Call me, of course, call me. You definitely can do that. Can I get 2 different spiritualists to do work for me? Masha, let me get down to that, man. Yeah, you definitely need to call me. We haven't spoken God knows how long. No, we had trolls earlier on. You know what I'm saying? We had a troll earlier on. Can you get 2 different spiritualists to do work for you, right? Okay, hold on. What different, my brother? Voodoo and Wicca. I mean, listen, I gotta answer this question. I just had a big discussion on Freemasonry, but I'll probably get back to that in a few. But listen, can you get 2 different spiritualists to do work for you? It all depends on what they got going on. You don't want to confuse work. I try to avoid that because I like to take credit for what I do. I like to know that if I did something, I'm the one who did it. I don't want no credit or no confusion as to where it came from. I want to credit myself, so I know that that's my work. You say now, there's people that may be okay with it. Like once in a blue moon, I may be like, all right, cool. If you got a job, this person doing that part, I may not specialize. I don't specialize in everything. I try to keep my work love magic, jewelry, and black magic, right? That's what I try to keep my work as. Now, some people may specialize in court cases. That's not something I want to touch whatsoever. So they may have somebody work on court case magic and then somebody else work on that. Now that's a different story. That may work. But then you don't want to have two different spiritualists working on the same case. You don't know if that other spiritualist is causing problems that can cause the stuff to backfire or basically not work, or it can cause more problems than there already is. Yo, listen. Hold on. Do you have a seke? No, but I got a zozo. A seke wawu. Listen, you can call it what you want to call it. Speak English. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm gonna say to you guys. Speak English. Is it a casket that's been done, prepared a specific way? Speak English, because everybody's in the audience and they won't understand what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Speak English. That's what people want to hear. People are reading comments. You know what I'm saying? For those guys that want to be smart, Alex, whatever, speak English. Explain what you're talking about. We don't need no code words. You know what I'm saying? We don't need no code words. Speak English. Parlez anglais. Write in English. You know what I'm saying? Speak English. Are you talking? You said casket? What? Speak in English. What are we talking about? Are we talking about a casket? What are we talking about the casket? You know what I'm saying? Is it painted? You know what I'm saying? Or is it prayed over? Let's speak English. Let's speak common basic English. You know, I want to hear, listen, all these code words, that's what y'all do in your little societe. We talk about real life practice here. We not into all that societe garbage. Shaking your ass on cha-cha-cha. Y'all put little code words. You know what I'm saying? We're not talking in codes over here. We keeping it real. Is it a casket? Do you do certain things to a casket? Keep it like that. That's what we talking about. You know what I'm saying? That's what we talking about. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, we maintain it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I'm saying. That's one thing I don't like about these little societe little Haitians. You know what I'm saying? These little societe Haitians. They make up all these code words. Instead of just keeping the shit plain and simple and saying it as it is, they want to make up code words. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, your code word is your code word. Talk to people in codes in your societe. We on some fuck the societe. And fuck your conzo too. And fuck your papa conzo. You know what I'm saying? That's what we on. We listen, over here, the people that follow me, we like fuck the societe. You know what I'm saying? We like fuck woo guns that on that societe shit, and fuck mumbos that on that societe shit too. You know what I'm saying? That's what we on. That's what we on. Yeah, we like fuck that conzo shit. We real witches and sorcerers over here. We don't give a fuck about none of that voodoo shit. Oh, let me stop. Yo, let me like put some brakes on. You know what I'm saying? Let me put some brakes on. Have I ever denied a case? Have I ever denied a case? Of course, I do it all the time. You know what I'm saying? I deny cases all the time because I got to know where your mind's at. You know what I'm saying? If you seem like the type that's emotional, you seem emotional, you the type to me that will end up ruining the spell. You may do things that may counterbalance what I'm doing. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to be like, now I can't work with you because you're too emotional. You may ruin the process. And then on top of that, you may cause more problems, and then you got to come back to me complaining. So now, to avoid the headache, you seem like you emotional. I had one person the other day. Try to say how can I say this? They tried to say they're gonna expose me because of how I spoke to them, right? I told them that they're too emotional. I didn't want to work with them. They said I got a big follower on whatever TikTok. I'm gonna basically say how you spoke to me whatsoever. Yeah, you're an emotional prick. You're a spoiled young brat. You're in your 20s and you're emotional, and I don't want to work with you. So this person said, "Oh, I'm gonna expose you online because how you spoke to me." Yeah, you think I care? Bitch, I was born in the 80s, man. I was born in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? You think I care? You think I'm some 2000 baby or 90s baby? Man, we people born in the 80s, we don't give a blink about nothing. You know what I'm saying? Talk about expose me, man. You talk about a person with a black heart, you know what I'm saying, or no heart at all. You think I'm gonna basically flex over the internet or get butt hurt because, you know what I'm saying, you get on the internet and talk about, oh, he hurt my feelings. Oh, he said something that I don't like. What? Nah, you talking to a person born in the 80s, man. We don't give a fuck about none of that, man. Oh, we got some hot stuff coming up here. Somebody said, since I'm a malfecteur, where are my human skulls? Didn't you see the pictures I took in Haiti? You know what I'm saying? What since y'all been researching my life, haven't y'all seen the pictures I've taken in Haiti? Are you foolish? You know we living in America. Listen to this troll, right? This troll said, where are my human skulls? What, are you crazy? I'm an American. I'm an American citizen. You say, and I'm a law-abiding citizen. This boy over here talking about human skulls. Where's my human skulls at? Boy, I'm living in America. Don't you see my leather chair in the background? I'm living my life. But if you want to go back to my past pictures and look at my pictures in Haiti, that's a different story. You're saying, but me in America, I'm a law-abiding citizen. I don't partake in nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you seen that I've done in Haiti? None of that. You know what I'm saying? Hell no. You know what I'm saying? Trump ain't playing with y'all people out here. You getting up on here. This is what I'm saying. That's how you know you're talking to a tool. You know what I'm saying? You got a tool over here talking about where your human skull, and we living in America. Are you a fool? You know what I'm saying? Are you crazy? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, this is very entertaining. You know what I'm saying? This person said, since you're a malfecteur, where's your human skull? Are you crazy? We're in America and you talking crazy like that. What's wrong with you? But again, I'm in America. All that stuff you see, listen, I only do magie in America. That's it. That's all I do in America. I don't do nothing with human skulls. I don't make, poisons, none of that. I'm just witchcraft, and that's it. I mean, at least that's what people accuse me of doing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What about the pictures in the hotel? What about the pictures in the hotel, right? What about the picture where I'm sitting with a skull in between my feet? What about that picture? You know what I'm saying? I'm in a public setting, but I mean, you said that's a public cemetery. You say, but why? What about the picture where I'm in a hotel room with a skull in between my feet? But I'm just saying. But then again, what about, you know what? I'm not gonna but that's in Haiti. Let me correct that. The picture you see that y'all found on the internet where I'm sitting at a table, that was in Haiti. You know what I'm saying? Where you see a human skull on a table, that's in Haiti. There's another picture where you see where I have a skull at my feet, that's in Haiti. You know what I'm saying? That's not in America, so I don't want nobody coming here talking about, you know what I'm saying, this dude got human remains or something like that. Nah, in America, I don't fuck around. I love my freedom in America. I love being an American citizen. Yes, I was born in Haiti, but I'm a naturalized American. But I'm gonna let y'all know one thing. Trump is not playing with you Haitians. He don't care if y'all a naturalized citizen. You come out here, with that foolishness, they will denaturalize your rear end, you know what I'm saying, in a heartbeat. So all that foolishness you guys is talking, you better get up out of here with that. Hell no, I'm a law-abiding citizen. Do not come with that nonsense over here. Listen, this is crazy. Then we got troll, right? We got some people trolling up in here, man. We got somebody. Listen, I was at a family get together a couple of weeks ago, right? And somebody said, "I'm lying, saying that people were my family members." I don't put my family members. First of all, I don't really put my family members on camera. That's why you didn't really see me put my family members on camera. But clearly, if you spoke Haitian Creole, you would see that I'm actually speaking to family members whatsoever. But again, that's a whole nother story and shit, you know what I'm saying? But did I put that video on private? I can, but I don't know if I did or not. But I'm not going to take it off of private because I don't need to be putting my family members online like that, you know what I'm saying? That, you know, I've had so many haters. I've had haters even come down to the point of saying I'm not even Haitian. You know what I'm saying? I've had people literally say I'm not even Haitian. So what am I? You know, Dominicano? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, dime. Oui, yo dit c'est un faux haïtien. Yo dit que ça ba haïtien vrai. You know what I'm saying? Ça nèg yo ba comprendre. C'est listen, son nèg qui te fait Haïti. Mais si tellement t'es dans vagabondage, à l'âge 11 ans, moi m'te voye mal Haïti pour me rester avec papa. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Des fois un bon temps Haïti et puis yo te voye back États-Unis. You know what I'm saying? Ça est histoire moi. Mais nèg yo a dit que ça ba haïtien. I'm just saying, I just spoke a whole line of Creole to you, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, you know, people say I'm you know what I'm saying? Ask these guys, where were they born? You know what I'm saying? Were they born in Haiti or you know what I'm saying, were they born in America? Oh my God. We got a lot going on here. Thank you. I had, oh my God. Look at all these comments I'm missing. Holy smoke. I'm on TikTok. I just stepped away from TikTok for a minute, and all of a sudden, look, I missed all these questions, man. Hold on. Let me look at this. Hold on. Let me look at this. Let me go back. I'm over here on TikTok with these guys, man. Hold on. I want to be honest with you. Do Haitians that practice Vodou in Haiti participate in any spiritual work with Dominicans? Let me see this. That's from, of course. You know what I'm saying? But not there are some Haitians, but you also got to understand the tension. There's some Haitians that, even with Dominicans, right? You got 21 divisions, Vodou. We pretty much serve majority of the same spirits, right? But because of cultural and historical reasons, you may find some Haitians and Dominicans that don't want to associate. You know what I'm saying? Like you got some people that talk about they want to go, what is this? The Antes or something like that, the Royal Order Antes Orden or something like that. You got them. They want some of those people part of that movement. They want to practice the purity of 21 divisions before the Haitiano intervention, whatever. They talk about the 21 divisions of DR right now is purely an Haitiano creation, and they want no association with Haitians, Haitianos, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So you got that issue there where there are Dominicans that feel like, okay, I don't want to deal with Haitians when it comes to this spirituality. And you find some Haitians too that feel the same way. Like, I don't want no Dominicans coming into Vodou whatsoever. So you find that, you know, but me, I'm on some, I look at it like this. We're on the same island. We may have a different history, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But we share the same island. You know what I'm saying? As far as I'm concerned, you family. You know what I'm saying? That's how I see it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's a very good question, man. You have some dope ass questions, man. Where we go? Yeah, where we at? The most powerful man in the world. You are. How am I the most powerful? That's crazy. I wouldn't put that on my head. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. That's too much. The most powerful man in the world. That is too much. I would never call myself, I would never put that on my head. Of course, I'm Haitian, the damn right. My family is Catholic. There's in my family, we're Catholic. You know, we're Vaudouism. And you know what I'm saying? We're Christian. Actually, that's my dad. That was my dad thing. He was more like Christian, but majority of my family, like that's like what movement was that? That was the Reformation movement. My dad was part of the Reformation movement. You know what I'm saying? He went into the Reformation thing. The thing about my father, his brothers, his father, his mother, they were into the voodoo thing, right? And my dad told me that when he went to his father, he told his father that, you know, he wanted to choose a different path in life. His father gave him his blessings. You know what I'm saying? See, that's the thing. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, right? Come on. Oh, where the fuck? Hold on. Where's this highlighted at? All right, let me talk about this. See, hit that like button. If you're on YouTube, hit that like button. We need this video to do like, we need to do numbers. We need, when I leave this live. Okay, yeah. So listen, let me get back to that. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody said something about my dad, right? He know my father was Christian. Damn right. You know what I'm saying? My father was Christian. He never practiced witchcraft or voodoo a day in his life. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He was a Christian, and you can look up my father today, right? You put in Gentil Elmira, you'll find everything about him, from schools he built, orphanages. Listen, my father, I'm gonna play this. And people ask me, who do I want to ever be like? I would say this. If I was a role model, I'd say my father, right? My father built orphanages in Haiti, right? He built clinics. He built schools, right? My father did a whole lot when he was alive in Haiti. You know what I'm saying? He did good. That was what he was into, right? My father, let's just say, in the community or the faction of people he was around, he had a lot of respect amongst a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Let's just say bad people as well as good people. You know what I'm saying? My father was loved by everybody. You know what I'm saying? But the story is with him that I was told as a youngster. This is pretty good content, right? This is how it works, and this is how you can kind of see how it transcended down to me, right? My father chose a path in his 20s. He went to his father and told him, now his father's a gun, right? Asogwe. You know, he tells his father that he's going to go into the church. You know what I'm saying? And his father gives him his blessing. His father didn't, you know what I'm saying, turn him down like, yo, how could you do this to me? You know, how come you go the Christian route? How come you go into the church? He gave him his blessing. You know what I'm saying? And what did my father do? He went into the church. My father never spoke bad about Vodou. Never. Like, you have a lot of pastors in the Haitian culture, right? A lot of pastors, they get on the pulpit. This is good content. Man, this is good content. You got a lot of Haitian pastors that get on the pulpit. And a lot of those Haitian pastors, they talk ill about Vodou. They say, you know, Vodou say bagay jab, you know, what I'm saying? They get preaching, all sweat be down their cheeks. But these be the same pastors that are into magie. They serving different spirits, they serving different lois. So people be asking, how can you say fuck Papa Legba? Let's just say it's just the Haitian in me. But that's what I'm saying. You got pastors in Haiti, right? They'll say the loi this. They'll say, listen, some people may say bagay jab, but they be the same ones at home with a Vodou altar. They serving Vodou, but when the people come around, they clean up their house and make sure everything's gone. You know what I'm saying? So listen. What is this? What was this? Frère Pam, où connaît? Nous là. Bokor, comment y est? Très bien. Où connaît? Bagay bien passé. You say ma fait petit, ma fait effort, petit. Right? So listen. All right. So listen. But yeah, you know, you can look his name up, Gentil Elmira. You'll see that he was an outstanding human being. A lot of people loved him in the Port-au-Prince area. You know what I'm saying? He did a lot from the 80s up until, you know what I'm saying, the time of his departure. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can look him up, Gentil Elmira. You know what I'm saying? But now I got to talk about this, right? When my whole thing came about. My father, we always had a mutual respect. He knew what I was doing, and he never critiqued me or said anything bad about what I was doing. Let's just say he's a pastor and I was doing what I was doing, and that's what it was. It's father and son. Father and son. Ain't no religion coming between us. And that's what it was. So now it's like, that's how it was, father and son relation. Fuck all that religion shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you a pastor. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Vodouisan. Fuck all that. You know what I'm saying? You're my father, and that's how we related. There was no religion that came in between us. You know what I'm saying? And that's just basically what it was. You know what I'm saying? Like, some things, like they say in America, what's understood don't got to be explained. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, my father was loved by a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Christians, you know, Catholic, Vodouisan, malfecteur, gangster. He was loved by everything. Politicien. He was loved by a lot of people, man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's the thing about him. He had a lot of people that loved him, and he had a few people that actually hated him. You know what I'm saying? But that's a whole nother story we're not going to get into right now. But yeah, let's go back, yeah. How can you book a consultation? You got to go on the website and book. It's on my homepage. What? Bro, you getting more famous? What? How am I getting more famous? Listen, somebody said I'm getting more famous and you get to the money. I mean, I don't know. If I'm getting famous, I don't know. The haters be saying I'm not. You should look at the comment section. The haters be saying the crazy stuff. I mean, if that's what you see, that's what it is, man. Well, thank you. I used to like your videos until you started coming for people for clout. Like you saying, what? Like you said, what? I used to like your videos until you started coming for people. I don't come for nobody. What are you talking about? I don't come for nobody. I just, listen, what are you talking about? I come for people. I just be minding my own business. I be trying to avoid problems today. And people just be coming for me. They just be bothering me. I don't listen. And listen, let me tell you, and I'm going to keep on repeating this. A lot of my problems come for me because, listen, a lot of problems that come in my life is because I don't want to deal with people. I'm not a friendly person. People get their feelings hurt because I don't want to be their friends. That's it. Some people they want me to be their mentor. They want me to be their best friend or some shit like that. I'm a fucking loner. I don't like people. I don't want to be around people. I stick to myself. And then when people feel like, oh, he don't return my calls, he don't text me, or he don't want to do business with me, he don't want to do an interview with me, that's when they get butthurt and they start doing all this nonsense. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be honest, I'm a selfish person. Self-preservation is important to me. Hence why you don't see much people around me. I think about myself. I put myself first in everything I do. And some people don't like it. Some people call me cutthroat. It is what it is. Hence why you don't see me associate with different people. Look at that Dominican kid, right? See, as much as I like that Dominican kid, I'm on some, do I like him? I think he's a good kid. But I think his feelings got hurt because he expected some type of elder brother type of reaction from me. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he looked at me as an uncle figure, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be honest, sometimes I'm not a person that wears love on my sleeves like that. And listen, if I already know where it stems from. You know what I'm saying? I already know where it stems from. That Dominican kid, like, I think he's a good kid. He just needs a little guidance. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think about him. But I'm gonna be real. I'm just a cold-hearted person. And the way this whole thing came up is because I'm a loner. And people don't understand that. I'm for myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go and do what I gotta do for myself. And some people, they get mad because of that. Lil Nas is a snake. You know what I'm saying? Lil Nas talk on Kulev. He's like a snake. Some people say I'm a snake because I'm for my own interests. That's it. That's why I don't got no friends. You know what I'm saying? I don't associate with people. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Only person I associate with is the motherfucker, the bitch I'm fucking. That's it. You know what I'm saying? If I'm seeing a female, you know what I'm saying, we smashing, that's the person I'm down with. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the type of person that's going to be buddy with people like that, hanging out this and that. We have a business arrangement, and that's it. If we had a business arrangement, that's a different story. But to say I'm buddy, hanging with this person there, hanging with that person there, nah, I used to be a friendly guy like that. And then when tragedy struck, that's when my whole life changed. I remember I friended some people and they turned around and robbed me. You know what I'm saying? Literally, they robbed me. You know what I'm saying? I was cool with some people. and they turned around and robbed me. I was a goody two-shoe. I had a family member that stole from me, right? I'm a friendly guy, this and that. See, life molds you into this type of person. You say, hit that like button, hit that like button. Life molds you into the type of person that you are. See, for me, I'm a loner because I've had too many bad interactions with people. You know what I'm saying? Being friends with people. So that's why for me, it's like, yo, I don't want to be your fucking friend. I don't want to be your friend. I'd rather do business with you and then go about my business. I don't want to hang around with you and your friends. I don't want to come drink with you. No. Business, and then I'm be the fuck out, and that's it. Again, I've had family members that stole from me. You know what I'm saying? I got a little older. I got around people I thought I could trust, and they stole from me. They robbed me. Literally, there's people that stole from me, and there's people that I thought I could trust and confide in, and they turned around and robbed me. Nearly took my life. This is what I'm saying to you people out here. I had people that I trusted that try to take my fucking life. And you think I give a fuck about you? I'm gonna just tell you this. That's what I'm saying to you. I'm missing a piece of my skull here. A shotgun exploded while I was shooting it, and it jumped back and it jerked back and cracked my skull. I had internal bleeding, all because I was trying to protect my life. This is a very cold world, man. This is a very cold world. So therefore, for me, I don't trust people. You're saying, for that kid, that Dominican kid, he's on some. That Dominican kid's on some. Yeah, Leonard's a foul dude, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And listen, people spoke to me. You shouldn't have treated him like that. That's just the way I am. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You know, it is what it is. Do I think it was right? Maybe I should have been nicer. But it is what it is. That's just life. Because life don't give a fuck about you or me. Your life is gone. It moves on. So for me, nah, I can't. That's why I don't fuck with people with a lot of friends. So yeah, I don't trust nobody. That's why in Voodoo ceremonies, I don't fuck with people in Voodoo ceremonies. Look what happened to that Mumbo, right? Look what happened to that Mumbo years ago, right? She was very popular. Very popular. In the 2013, she's from Miami. I'm not going to mention the name, but she was in a Voodoo ceremony and they poisoned her husband. Her husband died. You know what I'm saying? Her husband died. But that's what happens when you play people close like that. You start zami tight. See, I'm old school Haitian. When your Haitian parents would see, when they'll tell you, zami said, like, that's the worst thing you can ever have. Ça, c'est un pigoué au café. C'est mettre confiance sur nos zami. You know what I'm saying? That's the worst thing you can ever do is put your trust in friends. Friends betray people all the fucking time. So yeah, fuck friends, man. You say fuck all that societe shit. That's why I'm like, yo, bro, I don't go to no voodoo ceremonies. Nothing. None of that. The last voodoo ceremony I went to was in my Laku in Haiti. If it ain't nothing to do with family, even with family, I don't even play family close like that. If it's outside of that, I'm not going. I got invited to an event, a 21 division event. I ain't go. The Dominican kid asked me, what is it? That kid asked me to go to, he invited me to a ceremony once. I said, no, I'm not going. Nope. I don't fuck with people like that. That's it. Plain simple. Yeah, I'm suspicious of everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Nobody guy side, man. You know, all this. Yeah. Where we at? Yeah. They think they bigger than the program. You hear it. Up by a third. What was it? Yeah, I'm just looking at these comments. Not everyone is out to get you. Not everyone is out to get me, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'd rather be safe than sorry. Look at my father, right? Go to a documentary, The Faces of God on YouTube, right? If you go to my homepage, Leonard Elmira, you're going to see in a section where I showed you a rear view mirror that had a bullet that was lodged, that was shot into it. Motherfuckers try to assassinate my father, right? All because of greed and envy. You know what I'm saying? People that, you know what I'm saying, he was close with, people he was friends with at one point in time. See, my life is surrounded by tragedy. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm the way I am. I don't play people close, and you shouldn't either. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Where we at? We got so much stuff going on here. What don't kill you only makes you stronger. Yeah. Where we at going on here? Cat, man. What? I hate when this thing happens. I hate when this happens, man. Let me go back up here. What is this? We got so much shit going on in this. Oh my God, we got so much shit going on here. Okay, hold on. We definitely want to understand English, help. Okay. Have you ever had bad reviews? I mean, listen, everybody, listen. This is a good question here. This is a good question. Someone asked, have you ever had bad reviews? Listen, every business, you go on YouTube, excuse me, you go into Google, right? Have you ever had bad reviews? Let me say this. I'm going to answer this for you. Of course I've had bad reviews. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have good reviews and you're going to have bad reviews. That's the nature of the business. There's no business that you look up that's going to have 100% good reviews. Nobody is perfect. You know what I'm saying? Nobody is perfect. Show me one business that has 100% rating. Like, there's going to be some people that are dissatisfied with the service, and there's some situations, some people that have a lot of people, here goes. Some people are going to have good experiences, which should be a majority, and you have some people that's going to have bad experience. The most important thing is, does the majority outweigh the negative? You know what I'm saying? That's it. And that's what I say about that. But I'm going to say this, be careful, because there's people, if you got rivals, you got haters, sometimes the rivals and haters will go on websites and write fake things about you. I've dealt with, if you're a business owner and you have haters, you've experienced this. You've had business that was online and your haters would go on Google and write negative reviews for you. Listen, if you're a business owner, you've experienced this. You have haters, they'll go on Google and write negative reviews in Google to hurt your business. Yes, that happens. Hence why I don't put my business out there for people to know what it is. Exactly. Yeah. But it comes in territory. Let's see this. We about to do something real quick. Hold on. Nope, not like that. No, one second. One second. One second. One second, guys. This thing is stuck. I actually just fix this thing up real. I'm just fixing this thing up real quick. Hold on. Oh, this is annoying. Oh, this thing just gets in the way of what I'm doing. Hold on. Let me see what we got going on here. Hold on. Incantations and good effective. What's the name? What is a candle working incantations? How does a binding spell affect? Let me look at these. Effect. What is this? Candles, incantations, binding spells affect. Or how does binding spells affect? Candles, incantations, spell work. Okay, now we're about to go into the next session. Let's 1 second. Let's just change this real quick. We about to what was it? Obscure moments. Score. No. We're about to change the frequency of this place here. Obscure. Okay, we about to change the energy. Okay, we about to 1 second. Let me change the lights. 1 second. We about to let's see what we're gonna do here. We're gonna change the lights real quick. Hold on. 1 second, guys. 1 second. Okay, yeah, we gotta change this. Change the frequency real quick. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We're gonna change the frequency real quick. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, am I too dark? Oh shit. I'm too dark for that. Hold on. Y'all can't even see me. I'm too dark skinned for that. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's see. Let's see what we got going on here. Is the candle working with incantations? I would love to appreciate your content. You love and appreciate my content. Thank you. The live is crazy, insane, bro. Oh yeah, definitely. It's lit tonight. Impossible to please everybody, of course. Beautiful. I locked into live. Okay. Can you talk about God damn it, I hate that. Okay, all right. That shit's annoying. What the fuck? Hold on. That shit's annoying as fuck. Candle with incantations and binding spells. Okay, all right. Let's see. Let's see what we got going on here. 1 second. Let me see. That part of the brain is a decision. Okay, all right. What am I streaming? I'm gonna stream on YouTube. What's your idea on Freemason? Oh yeah, what's my idea on Freemasonry? I mean, listen, if you know how to put it into use on a practical level, it's very dope. Now, for me, I'm not a Mason. I'm familiar with some of their concepts. You know, oh shit. What are my thoughts on Masonry? Well, I'm not a Mason to begin with. I would say that I'm familiar with some of their stuff because I have a lot of Masons in my family. Well, you know, I'll say I have a few that are left in my family. You know, a lot of those people are elderly, you know, and they're you know, they're not, yeah, they're pretty much elderly. But I'll just say, you know, if you can put into practice, it's pretty much a dope concept, you know, from Hiram's, from Hiram's grip or something like that, the grip of Hiram, you know, saying the dead being brought back to life. A lot of symbolism, a lot of allegory in that, you know, but a lot of it is practical. Well, in the Caribbean, you know, when we're talking about death, resurrection, you know, the Zoroastrians, this is a very mystical concept. A lot of things surrounded in mystery. And that's something that's too deep for me even to break down on his live. And I'm not going to get into that, you know, because that's not what I specialize in. But I'd say there's a lot of dope concepts, you know, on a, you know, but again, some people take it to a whole nother level. Man, I thought this, hold on. I'm trying to do love spell work. So listen, I gave y'all guys 2 hours. Hold on. 2 hours? Man, this shit, Is my binding spell permanent? It's like listen, hold on. It's like it depends on how you want it. You know what I'm saying? If you want a binding spell that's not permanent, it can be done. Then there's something that are permanent. You know what I'm saying? It all depends on what you want. You late, but you here. I mean, you pretty much coming to, like, you know, the end. I mean, I gave these guys 2 hours so far. What is the best summon for love? Best spirit to summon for? I mean, you can summon a lot. There is no best. It's really a personal preference. You know what I'm saying? It's really a personal preference. There isn't a specific, like, spirit that's better than every other spirit. It all depends on what spirit you find works best for what you're trying to do. Oh, better late than never? Okay, yeah. You got it. Okay, get this thing here. Aujourd'hui. Okay. Would you say Haitian Vodou is primarily closer to French and African magic? Oh, very good question. Would I say Haitian Vodou is, hold on, let me read this. The good question. Would you say Haitian Vodou is primarily closer to French or African magic? I'm gonna think about that one for a second. There are some things that are traditionally in root African, but then again, there is a European influence as well. You know what I'm saying? So, and not only that, you have to take in consideration the Caribbean experience. So you got a Caribbean influence, you have a European influence, and you have mainly the African influence. So I would say that is 1/3. French is 1/3 of the influence. Well, yeah, you got to book a consultation. You got to come to the website and book a consultation. How do you protect loved ones from intrinsic spirit? I would just say stay protected. Don't piss people off. Don't bother people. Don't be a nuisance to people. Don't be out there causing trouble. You know what I'm saying? But in the same token, you got to make sure your man or whomever you with is not hot in the pants. Because the reality is, if a person is, you know, they have some type of wiggle room in them, that's going to easily affect them. If you have a person that's faithful, you're saying it doesn't matter what, you know, I'm just saying, man. Love spells it, you know, to think about it. If it's not there already, the love spell is not even going to work. It all depends on what the person does. But if we're talking about a basic love spell, if it's not in the person already, I would say it's not going to work. So now if that person was able to flinch and go with someone else because somebody put a love spell on them, then that means from the door to me that that person already always had it in them. And even if you look at the situation like someone did a spell on him, he flinched, he broke. People who are in love and they're faithful, even if someone's working on that person, going to give up because their love is so strong. If we're just talking about love magic, if we're talking about love magic and you're with someone and someone do a love spell and take them away from you, that means that it was always in that person to leave you. It was always in that person to leave you. Now, if you're talking about a breakup, someone doing a breakup spell on your relationship, that's a different story. Now, if you're talking about an individual, he just woke up and then he all of a sudden left you, then he went with another woman, that was already in him. That was natural. That's what that person intended to do. It just took a little push in order for him to come your way. Yes, it can backfire. Would I do work for other witches and sorcerers? Good chance, no. Because I don't need people trying to steal what I'm doing. Nope. I work with people mainly that's not into this stuff. How can reaching out to a target fuck up the spell? Okay, here we go. How can reaching out to the target mess up the love spell, right? Good question. Good question. If you're reaching out to the person and they told you that they don't want to talk to you, you're only going to cause that person to get angry. If the person said they don't want to talk to you, they don't want nothing to do with you, and you're constantly calling them, the next move is going to be blocked. I don't care what type of spell you got going on. If that person says they don't want to talk to you, you need to leave that person alone, because that person is going to end up blocking you. And this is how it will mess up what you're doing. Because if you're a fool, now the person that don't want to talk to you, you stop calling them. Now you want to send them flowers. Now you want to show up to where they are after they told you they don't want to talk to you. That's smothering a person. A person will feel like, you're harassing me. That's harassment, and that's against the law too. So yeah, that's how you can ruin a love spell. When you do stuff like that, if it's a breakup, you separated from somebody, you need to give them their time. You need to give them their space, man. Shit, I'm at the age right now, you just say, I don't got time to be doing no work on no woman right now for myself. I'm on some, hey, listen, if it ain't work out, I'm going to replace you with somebody better. You know what I'm saying? With a bigger booty that's younger. And she going to be more nastier than you. That's where I'm at with it. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at with it. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at with it. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going for the next level. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm at my age. I'm at an age where, you know what I'm saying? Listen, a couple of more years, you know what I'm saying? I don't got I got a couple of more years on this earth, man. You know what I'm saying? So I don't got time. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, I don't got time to be waiting. No, you don't want to be here? All right, well, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to slide in this female DMs and that's it. You know what I'm saying? I don't got time for that. You know what I'm saying? That's how you gotta treat it. You know what I'm saying? Love spells. If you love someone, I can understand you waiting. But when you're in your 40s, you ain't got too much time to be waiting, man. Nah, you ain't got too much time to be waiting. You know what I'm saying? We gonna make it happen, or if not, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna slide another female DM and it's gonna be on and cracking. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have phone sex. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do video chat. We're gonna do all that type of nasty stuff. You know what I'm saying? But nah, that's a whole nother story, man. How do you deal with in-laws against relationships? How do you deal with in-laws? Someone asking, how do I deal with in-laws? that's intervening in relationships. Well, you need to fasten your relationship up. You know what I'm saying? You need to protect your relationship, and then you need to do something to go hound on them. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole other situation, but I'm not gonna talk too much about that. You know what I'm saying? But listen, it seems like the numbers are dying down. What we got? 2 hours and 16 minutes. That's a record. That's a record on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Listen, let me see one more. Man, I'm like wondering where the haters go, man. They made this thing interesting, man. Oh, we got a lot of comments down here, man. Woo! Can I talk about Bao and Lakwa? I did already. Let's see. I think it's about to be time. Well, we gotta save this for another time because I maxed out on this. You know, YouTube, I'm gonna say good night. You're gonna have to check me on the next one.